What's good, y'all? So it's not looking too good for FaZe Clan. They got some allegations right now that's claiming they some PDF files. We finally know why everyone's leaving FaZe. We on the road to 100K. Okay, if you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, cause that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video.
Don't care
Shouts
who
out
you
to
are.
Omeezy. Let's see what it's hitting for.
Don't care who you are. Don't care if it's my own brother, bro. You're my brother. I'm snitching. I'm sorry. But like, it's just wrong. And brother, everything I say on my mother's heartbeat, everything I'm saying is true. And I just genuinely hope he can confess to it. This dude looks me in my eyes and says, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I had a threesome with two 16-year-olds. I'm like, bro, what? Like, how could you tell me that?
Who
We're
tells
all
people this?
and I ended up going back with these girls to my hotel room. I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
And I don't know what to do or what to say at this point. But all I can say is, I mean, if it hasn't been said enough already on this call, stay away from underage girls, boys and girls. We have a lot of young men watching the stream right now. It's clearly
21 plus, bro. Simple. I'm 25. 21 plus. You gotta be able to go buy me a Swisher out the store. You gotta be able to get into the bar, the club, whatever it is. You gotta be able to carry blick legally. You know what I'm saying? 21 plus.
and obviously not worth it. We're talking about a company and a brotherhood that was built over the course of how long, Rain? 15 years more or less, right? And it's clearly coming to an end, you know?
If you thought FaZe was coming apart as it seems before, then man, oh man.
Me personally, I never watched FaZe. That was just something that never came across my algorithm with some FaZe niggas. Not gonna lie. I've always heard about them throughout, the years, but never did they videos ever pop up in my algorithm.
This takes the cake. Yesterday, a member of the original FaZe group, FaZe Rain,
Why they throwing up K's, bro? Them ain't K's right there.
came to
What they throwing up, man?
Oh man, this takes the cake. Yesterday, a member of the original FaZe group, FaZe Rain, came to social media.
Wait, he's the leader?
Takes the cake. Yesterday, a member of the original FaZe
Member.
group, FaZe Rain,
Original.
came to social media with some shocking news that a lot of people weren't expecting. It was totally out of the blue, out of the random. But at this specific time, in the state that FaZe is in right now, where Banks is off the internet, Max just left for some very cryptic reasons. To be quite
So
honest with
Black Boy
you,
was-
this is the last thing that they needed. But the world needed to hear the fact that one of the members in the FaZe clan was having sexual relations with somebody who was a child, underage.
I want to put everything to do with me and FaZe to rest, bro, because there is so much I haven't said. And honestly, at this point, bro, I don't give a I think I'm going to collect my thoughts tomorrow and I'm going to say everything, bro. Every single thing that I know. And I'm going to collect my thoughts because I have an eidetic memory, so I remember everything and anything. Not only did you guys air me out, y'all mother sold me out, y'all scammed me behind my back. And honestly, I just had an epiphany about it because I'm like, bro, not even covered about it. I was just so sad about it for so long. I've been up over that pedo like 2 years, bro. And I haven't said nothing about it.
Now, for those of you who
2
are probably looking at the
years.
screen, questionable, that is FaZe Rain, somebody who is a part of what the new age era calls the old phase. This isn't about, Silky. This isn't about Ron. This isn't about Max, Rage, Lacey. This isn't about Jason. This isn't about any of those new
I damn near thought that was Aaron the plumber, boy.
guys, but it's about the old phase, the entire organization, and seemingly some secrets behind dealing with some children. Now, there were a lot of other things mentioned because that old phase generation, I've been noticing there's been a little bit of bitterness in the water, and some of them have spoken out since, but this is now just FaZe Rain's turn to kind of give his take and his opinion on this brotherhood that was established between these guys and what has happened since, him distancing himself, since the changes, etc., etc. And honestly, it doesn't look the best. A video back in 2022 started some of his earlier grievances with the company and the brand itself.
This is a decade-long problem, man, with a lot of legal shit around it. So now it's turned into multiple problems. It's not just the initial problem I had in the beginning. It's a lot deeper than that. And yes, I'm going to say this now because they're probably going to try to say, well, he's only doing this because we owe him money and he's mad. They do owe me money, yes, and they haven't taken care of me, yes, and the money that I bought the Counter-Strike team for, it took them 6 years to pay me back, yes, I never got a dollar or brand deal, yes, that's all. They're going to say that.
And that is a frustration of mine, but I obviously held that in for years. I held that frustration in for years, and it was never the reason that I was gonna do this or speak publicly, because if they just owed me money, I would have handled it a different way. This is a lot deeper than that, and a lot of my brothers don't see the actual issue here. They are being taken advantage of.
But there's two things I took away from that in the research of this video is that one, this group things, there was a big brand buyout from FaZe. There was a lot of stuff going on legally. So I can understand how, you know, there might be some frustrations there. That stuff has already been squashed for the most part. You know, I know that there's still some people who are jaded about the situation, but nonetheless, that's not my business. But two, and most importantly, which leads us to this conversation today, is that he's still holding some stuff in. There's still some things that he's not 100% spilling the beans on, which leads us to these pedo allegations.
I wasn't even pushed out. I left. There's a fucking involved too, bro. I don't give a fuck if I get sued. I could give a fuck less. I always stand up for what's right. That was the final straw, bro.
Phew, if it's in your heart, brother, speak it. It's gonna come out eventually. Now, the only issue that I do have with what he said is not by saying the initial name in the beginning. There's a specific reason why, and I'll get to that in a minute. But if there is somebody who is out there touching and messing with kids, let the world know so we can shun them, so we can have the proper opinion on them, so we can understand who we're dealing with in
Man, Gideon, I wish I reacted to it. I already watched it. Ain't no point. It'd be a fake reaction if I did it. Man, that was a good ass video, bro. It was a brother. You know what I'm saying? It was a black man, young man. You know what I'm saying? In his 20s. Man, he knew. He said, man, just go ahead, kill me. I can't go to population with that charge. He already know. He said, I know what they do to people. Like, I know what they do to them type of people. I already got this charge, and that ain't gonna look good. And he already knew, bro. He just dropped it last night, bro. Good ass video, boy.
Oh, so we can shun them, so we can have the proper opinion on them, so we can understand who we're dealing with in real time. The reason why I did not like the fact that he kind of left it up to open air interpretation, it was because, one, there are a lot of members in FaZe. My first thought was, who could this be? I went down the timeline, somebody threw out the name like Bronny James, and I was like, what? But then I had to realize Bronny is also a kid, so it definitely couldn't have been Bronny. But nonetheless, I also knew that a lot of people would be very, very mean in this conversation. There's two people in particular that I knew would probably get the brunt of this, and that is Max because he just left, and then also Banks because he is somebody who the internet feels very much up in the air about, especially after leaving the internet after seemingly scamming Aiden Ross and some other people out of some cryptocurrency. I knew that they would get unfair treatment in
Nigga name is Bank for a reason.
This conversation. So I am glad that Banks came out and actually cleared this up, because this is a serious allegation. Even if people feel like I should feel some sort of way about Banks, even if you feel some sort of way about Banks, yeah, he might have scammed some people. He does not need pedo allegations. That's crazy.
First thing I'm gonna say in this video is I'm not a Rain is not talking about me. There, I got it out. But yeah, I'm getting fucking spammed in my mentions right now on Twitter asking if I'm being accused that I'm being tagged in this clip from FaZe Rain on Fearbuck. The first thing that needs to be addressed is obviously this shit. It's a very heavy accusation. It's a life-shattering, life-altering accusation. That's why this is the first time that I'm speaking about it. I have to speak about it now. Norton, pause. You're saying that FaZe Temper is a which that is who he's talking about in the clip. I'm like, whoa, that's Tommy. That's our brother. This is who we started this FaZe shit with. I'm calling him. That was the first thing I said. I'm calling him and I'm calling Apex, because apparently this is something Apex is aware of as well. Norton and Tommy, or Norton and Apex are the closest on the team. So obviously if Norton's going to talk to anybody about anything and be transparent, it's Apex. Tommy's first initial knee-jerk reaction to all this shit was, what the fuck are you talking about? Norton, no, this is not what the conversation was like. You're misremembering, you're misinterpreting. Obviously Rain is coming back, standing firm.
Banks goes on to pretty much say that after Rain tells him that Temper is this pedo, he then patches in Apex and Temper into the phone call, in which Temper refuses to acknowledge these accusations, says that, hey, you're misremembering these things, Rain, etc., and they go back and forth. But hearing from Rain, the person who's calling out this pedo in this situation, it seems that he has a pretty vivid memory as to what happened.
Tommy said this verbatim. He said it wasn't a threesome with two 16-year-olds. Actually, it was a 17-year-old. So all of a sudden now it's 17. One was 17 and the other one watched.
Well, the nigga made the video and said she was 17. He didn't know till after the fact. Or was that just like a clip? Like an intro clip. It must have been an intro clip.
That's what he said. And then he started bringing up all these random laws. I don't even know these weird
Must be after the
laws,
fact.
Like Romeo and Juliet, this, yada. I don't fucking know.
My
And even
God.
Banks calls me after and he's like, bro, what the fuck is like up with that law shit that he brought up. So he knows he did some shit that was wrong. He knows that. It's just I don't like the denying of it. And I feel like in this video, you're trying to paint me like I'm lying and making shit up and just saying shit to say shit when you know that's not the truth, bro.
Yeah, I saw that. I heard that. That's some weird stuff. But a lot of the FaZe group is weird. People were digging up Temper's tweets from 2012. Mind you, he was born in 93. That kind of validates some of these
32.
claims in the court of public opinion. I don't know. It's extremely, extremely nasty.
Odd, but I gotta be honest with you. I think it's just like this happened, like, dude, because I don't know the specifics of anything.
Now there are
What if you
wild
hold
act-
on,
this,
huh? You hang out with 16-year-old girls. Stop acting like a hard ass. You effing PDF file. Mind your business. What if I like being a PDF file?
Like, dude, because I don't know the specifics of anything.
Now there are wild accusations being thrown around the internet. And the beautiful thing about the internet, and I say this oftentimes, is that most of the time the other person exists on the internet. So we don't have to wait too long to hear Temper give his actual opinions on this or what he's saying. And of course it's filled with deflections and denial. And not that I'm saying that I've picked a side. I just think that it's very interesting as to how he says a bunch of stuff. And that bunch of stuff has nothing to do with the situation. His first video specifically.
The fact that I'm even having to respond to this and to that my name is in the same breath as the word is so sick, twisted, and insane. This is disgusting. Anybody that knows me knows I'm not that type of person. I'm the furthest thing from what you called me.
We're all shit-faced, and I end up going back with these girls to my hotel room.
Oh, here's your excuse. We're all shit face. Who, if you're using the term shit face, you probably done it, bucko.
I slept with one of them, and I found out after that this girl was 17.
How could
He's gonna say statute of limitations, or not? What the fuck? Age of consent, looking ass. Age of consent.
you go from denying to admitting all in the same breath? And look, the devil is in the details, because the way that Tommy
We was shit faced, and I slept with one of them and found out afterwards that she was 17. So you mean to tell me you're so young-minded that you couldn't tell that this person was 17 by the way that they carry themselves? Oh, she was just that mature. Right, yeah. Women aren't that mature. Grown women. You know what I'm saying? Some are real women. You know what I'm saying? These hoes? Nah.
Temper, whatever his name is, goes on to give 3 extra minutes of just story time about how he's a father, he proposed to his girl, etc., etc. Lets me know that he did do these things and he's not owning up to and admitting. But also there's some things that are important that he left out that don't line up with even Banks' story, like Banks and Rain's story, which I find to be very, very interesting.
Something to say about the Tommy situation, because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit, because originally it was 2 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age.
One was watching? What's going on here?
Interesting.
Something to say about the Tommy situation, because he made a video confirming it, but the details did get switched a little bit, because originally it was 2 16-year-olds and it was a 17-year-old and one was watching, and now a 17-year-old and he didn't know her age. If you didn't know her age and you said that to us at least once, we wouldn't be here, bro. I would not have treated it the same way if you said you didn't know, because that changes everything. You never said that, not once. Literally not fucking once. This is news to me that you didn't know.
Another one bites the dust. Now I want to be
Regardless, bro, you gotta check some identification. You're walking on a thin line, bro. I'm putting the cap at 21. You know what I'm saying? Or the minimum at 21. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, if you giving 19, let alone 17, I need to see some identification. I'm only interested in like-minded women. Meaning, you know, you got the same type of mindset I got. So you ain't even gonna be giving that type of energy. For me, if I'm looking your way, I'm not looking your way if you giving that type of energy. You know what I'm saying?
clear, this doesn't affect FaZe as a whole, and I'm not making some sweeping indictment on them. How this does
Nah, this can't affect them as a whole if they're coming in and exposing them themselves, you know?
affect the bigger group and the name and stuff like that going forward is
Wait, what?
does affect the bigger group, making some sweeping indictment on them. How this does affect the bigger group and the name and stuff like that going forward is, you know, up to the internet's interpretation. But these are two dudes who have distanced themselves
Well,
from
if they disown them and kick them out the out of phase, then shit, you know, they're good.
the group, at
That's what
least
they
the new
supposed to do.
version of the group, publicly for a long time. I just think that it's so strange that we exist on the internet with all these people who have been touching and doing stuff to kids. Like, it's been a long time, which kudos to the fact that it's been a long time, because I remember we were going through a stretch of videos on this channel calling out Preds. You know, I'm talking people like Dr. Disrespect and the others that were dealing with children that were public facing on the internet. Weird shit like that. But listening to Marcus King's reaction about this situation made me really think about who people should be aligning with, whether it be from a fan's perspective or from like creating content's perspective.
That's why,
Bro, this internet is crazy, and that's the reason why a lot of people is for one getting exposed, but even having the opportunity to even do so, to talk to someone who's underage. And then these people have audiences, bro. I wouldn't check my analytics. 0.0% is 13 to 17. And then it starts, I actually get some percentages after like 18 plus. So under 18 is 0.0% on this channel that y'all watching. I got another channel, it's like 1%. So I'm about to start posting to that one, see if I can crack the algorithm or something. Because clearly y'all see what's going on with this one. And that'd be a reason why these people be so big, you know what I'm saying? Because they have the kids watching them. You know what I'm saying? But that this internet is opens that up, bro. And these people with these audiences, just because they pop and they got some money, you know, they got some clout, they still lame as fuck in real life and don't get no ass. It be like that. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. Niggas still don't be getting no ass. Can have $1 million, $10 million, still ain't getting no ass. You're not that guy, pal. And so they desperate, they thirsty, and that's what they end up doing, man. Tragic. They talking to they underage audience. Can't go for that.
me personally, I'm telling you, I'm never, bro. That nigga will never see me in a group because someone else being a weirdo in their own weird time could bring you the fuck down. You don't know what these niggas be doing in their free times, y'all. Fuck no, nigga.
YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, social media as a whole has been built off this concept of like idolization, envy, worship, all these other things like that for these figures at the top. People put them on a pedestal, but at the end of the day, not only are they not just human, but they're also some of the worst people in their free time. I can think of so many people over this past year or 2 years that I've covered on this channel talking about the weird stuff they've done in their free time. Whether it be Mr. Beast, Chris Tyson, DJ Academics, Dr. Disrespect, Temper. There's just so many people that have been outed for doing a bunch of weird shit. And it's so sad because these people are aligned with people who are ultimately innocent, but those people's names will be dragged through the mud. Now,
one thing about it is, once you get to a certain point on this internet, there's no taking that shit away. There's no taking your image, your character, your voice. Like, even if people fucking hate you, just like 6ix9ine, you know, 6ix9ine is never the same. But you can't, he can still get views, still make money off of music. You know what I'm saying? Because the impact that's already been there. He's already at a certain point. Once you get to a certain point on this internet, it doesn't matter if people don't like you. They're still gonna keep watching because that's the algorithm.
Will the internet go on and pass? For sure. The North will
Especially
remember
with
though, and
allegations
it
and
just
shit, people
is
like
a
drama.
message to anybody and everybody who is still out there idolizing anybody, putting people on a pedestal, and just not taking them for their entertainment value. One, they're probably weird. You don't know them like that. Keep that parasocial shit in the playground. And then two, and most importantly, watch who you align with. Just watch who you align with when doing your own public endeavors, because their actions can ruin your name and your good faith and your good fortune.
That's big
Running
facts.
a
boy.
Shopify
That's big
e-commerce
facts. I feel like if they kick them out and, you know, they're exposing them, which that's probably what's going to happen, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what they supposed to do, you know, then they'll be good, you know what I'm saying, moving forward. You know, that's just one person within the community, you know, that doesn't speak for the whole community, you know, just like when the black dude stabbed up that Ukrainian woman in the train or the bus, whatever it was, in North Carolina, I believe. You know what I'm saying? That's one person. That's not saying all black people is like that. And just sitting them black people sitting on that train, that's not saying all black people is like that. That is crazy. Maybe that might not be the best example, but y'all know what I'm saying though. You know what I'm saying? I'll get at y'all the next one, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you ain't hit that like button, subscribe button, and turned on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'm gone. TYP tonight.